good morning, Get Wrecked for Recovery crew. So it's day number 15 of the Redeeming Eden Cycle Tour. RECT, Get Wrecked for Recovery, a 48-state, 4-year ride for addiction recovery awareness. Each day I pedal for someone who's passed away from addiction, and the whole end goal is to build a rehab. And this is state number 44, New Mexico, on Route 66, the Mother Road, Main Street, USA. And it's all to raise awareness that addiction recovery options are available, that you don't have to die in your addiction. There's churches, Celebrate Recoveries, and rescue missions all over the nation, all over the world, that just want to help you, talk to you, and love you if you find yourself battling addiction. So yeah, here at the USA RV Park in Gallup, New Mexico. And they've got a beautiful monument here to the military and our fallen brothers. I think it's just absolutely gorgeous. They've also got stars and stripes on the tables. And really cool is all the lights that they've got up here that they turn on at night. There's a fountain. Got some beautiful music from the fountain. And the birds are back. There's some more birds. Again, I haven't seen birds. I've seen a few, but I'm starting to see more and more as I get farther east. So anyway, got a big ride today going to El Morro National Monument. It's like 59 miles. Seems like the winds will be with me. I never really know, because the thing will say that they are, and I'll get out there and go, nope, they are not. But I hope that they are. I'm going to try to push through it, even if they are. I've got plenty of time to do it. I'm going to run into town, get some breakfast, and then it's like 29 miles to the first place I could stop if I needed to. And then it's just a little bit farther, another 30 miles to get there. It will be a steadily uphill ascent all day, but once I get done with this day, I'll kind of go all the way downhill into Albuquerque, and it looks like I'll be into the wind on those days, so we'll see how it goes. I'm actually pretty excited this morning. I've been working on a special project for you guys. When I was in my tent this morning, while I was packing things up, there was a lady that walked over that I'd met yesterday, and she and her husband were leaving, and they handed me $20. They said, hey, thank you, and yeah. So that was pretty cool. Good way to start the morning. And now I'm going to get on the road, and you'll see more of that right about now. Hey look, Liam, it's the Badlands Grill. They age their steaks 40 days. We should have stopped here if we could eat anything more than hamburgers and pizza. And also maybe if we were in New Mexico, state number 44. Hey, it's the first Muffler Man I've seen of the trip. They used to put these up as advertising all along, like big fiberglass giant muffler men for, I guess, the muffler shops that were along Route 66. They still use them. They've just repurposed them in their artwork now, essentially, along the trail. So, cool. I've been looking for one of these. I'm sure I've passed other ones. There's so much to see on this road, it's hard to, know where to look. So, anyway. Let's keep going.
my goodness. You know, it's not incredibly hot out here today. It's actually feeling quite fall-like. But I tell you what, I'm going to turn the camera around so you can see what I just climbed up. But that was quite a hill. I don't know how many feet it was. I think, let me look at my Garmin. I've gone 1,000 feet up. I don't know how much of that was, you know, in town. I think all of that is in the last maybe 6 or 7 miles. Golly, it's absolutely gorgeous. Don't get me wrong, looking down at Gallup from up here is just beautiful, but man, that was some work. Feels good to get it done. It's just, oh. Anyway, I think I got about 10 miles, maybe 15 miles left to this little first place I can bail at if I need to. And then another 30 after that. So here goes nothing. Love you guys. See you later. Okay, so I know you're probably not going to be able to see it. I'm going to zoom in so you can, but I still don't know if the colors are going to pop like they are out here in the real world environment. But the reds in this kind of marshy area are just absolutely gorgeous, like against the greens and all the other colors. The best word I can use is vibrant. Like just this trough over here to my right is just vibrant. Absolutely gorgeous. So I'm 24 miles in, and the Kiwanis Park is right this way. It says from June to August. It's group camping only, but before June and after August, you know, individual camping can be done. It's after August, but I'm not going to stop here. I do want to say that if you're cycling this bicycle route 66, it takes you off of Route 66. I'm not quite sure why to do this. Maybe because of El Morro National Park. But the cell service right here is Verizon, and it's like lit up, like 5 bars, just huge. So if that's something you need, you may want to consider making this your stopping point for your day, however you're lining it up. So anyway, there's a trading post right across the street. I'm gonna go grab some water and keep on making my way down the road. I think the big silly hills are over with. I think now I'll drop down for a good ways. I'm well up, like, I mean, I'm back in forested areas, so I've got to be 7,000 feet. I mean, there's just, this is what happens up here. But yeah, I'm going to drop back down a few hundred and then just slowly make my way back up higher than this for the next 30, 35 miles. So here goes nothing. Alright, so interesting story. Went into this last gas station and just asked them for some water, you know, like fill up the bottle that I brought in. And they said, and they were kind of hesitant about it. And they said, there's a fountain drink machine, we don't have a fountain. And it had the water button on it, so I was like, oh, okay, I mean, I don't mind getting water from the fountain drink machine. It's always cold, it's good, you know. So I pressed the button and filled up the water bottle, and as I was walking out, they were like, that's 25 cents. And I just like patted my pockets. I didn't have any change like on me. I could have dug down into my bags and I could have broke that $20 bill from this morning. Or I could have put the 25 cents on a card, and I was just like, no. You know, I knew I had other water here in my panniers. It's just hot. It's not like, you know, fresh, cold water. There's just something about cold water, you know, lukewarm. The Bible even talks about it. Jesus says, I'd rather you be hot or cold than lukewarm, or I'll spew you out of my mouth like vomit. Anyway, long story made short, I pour it out, and like everybody in there is like, no! And the lady at the counter was like, I'll pay for it, I'll pay for it. And so I was like, oh, well, thank you very much. So I refilled it back up and, you know, shut the lid and thanked her profusely and walked out and stood next to the bike and started putting my liquid IV in it from Carol Licton. And she walked out and we talked for a minute. She's from Oklahoma City. But yeah, it was really interesting. Like the hospitality of people. I've had people like clapping from their cars and like shouting, and people pulled over on the side of the road that are just like, you know, giving me a thumbs up and stuff. New Mexico's been really interesting. It's been really cool. But that was, I can't remember in all the times I've been cycling. I've been, you know, this is 44 states. I don't ever remember someone charging me for water if I brought my own bottle in. I've had people say, you know, we don't have any kind of water except out of our bathroom sink, and those times I just didn't fill up my water bottle or bought water. Yeah, I can't ever remember that. So, strange situation led to just a godsend appointment. Pretty cool, but yeah. Anyway, I'm going to turn the video around now so you can see what I'm looking at. This hill, this downhill looks amazing, and the canyon ahead of me is just gorgeous. So, here goes nothing. All right, so I'm entering another Indian reservation. This is actually the Zuni Pueblo. I'll go through a few pueblos in New Mexico, but their rules are like any other Indian reservation. This is their land. I'm, you know, just a temporary sojourner through it. So they do not want you to, like, you know, wild camp, stealth camp, those kind of things. They ask that you camp at any kind of designated facilities. So I'm going to the National Park Service, El Morro National Monument property to camp tonight. But from here on in, it's 33 miles. I can't stop anywhere and just, you know, be. So I've got to make it now. I'm committed. It's like the pig at breakfast. You know, the chicken's just there, but the pig's committed. I tell you what, I've never felt more close to Jesus than I feel on these trips, you know. Lady just pulled over on the side of the road and said, "You look like you need a soda." I know it's just a Coke, but who gives a Coca-Cola to a cyclist? Most cyclists aren't unhealthy like me in that, you know, respect. Like, it's just, I'm telling you, I cannot explain how good just the presence of God is and knowing that He can provide. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's amazing when people donate, you know, money for me to keep moving, but when this kind of stuff happens, it just, I don't even know how to explain it. If you've ever been there, then you know, and if you haven't, this is what it feels like. God is so good. Alright, so I stopped here at the Stagecoach Cafe in Rama, and it was amazing. So good. Had a green chili hamburger, cheeseburger thing, and some fries. Anyway, while I was in here, I talked to the people at El Morro, and they are completely full. There is a campground near them that may have availability, and she's going to call me back to let me know what she comes up with. Also found out from a couple that was in here that tomorrow morning it's going to be in the 40s, and that this weather that you've been seeing all around is supposed to let loose at some point. So I have had this weird hole of blue sky sunshine over me all day with just crazy clouds all around. I don't really know what's up with that, but the only thing I can figure is God knows I'm just buried off out here in the middle of nowhere, and it would be terrible to be wet on some of these roads. Anyway, that's enough of me talking. Let me get on the road. Love you guys. See you later. Alright, so I'm here at the El Morro National Monument. It reminds me of Pompey's Pillar, big time. I just got off the phone with Tracy Snyder. Had a great conversation with you, Tracy. Thank you for the phone call. But I'll zoom in so you can see it. This storm over here looks radical. I've been watching lightning bolts pop through it while I was talking on the phone. All kinds of stuff. And this, I was on the phone, so I couldn't take any video, but I took a photo of this rock back here, this rock structure, and it was gorgeous. So I'm like only one more mile to El Morro, and then like one more mile after that to this campground that I've found that I'm going to stay at. Hopefully. I still have not heard from them about whether I can even camp there or not. So I will find out what ends up happening. But I sure hope that that's not what happens before I get there. Everything else right now seems okay. Pretty clear, but that's been kind of just paralleling the road with me. So anyway, we keep rolling. You'll see more of that right about now. All right, so I had no idea that right here in front of El Morro was going to be the 44 number sign, mile number 44, state number 44. How cool is that? I mean, that's going to be a picture that I'll love forever. Storm still doing its thing, just kind of strafing the valley, the mountain ridge that I'm on over there, over this valley that I'm going down. Anyway, I'm so exhausted and I'm ready to get here to camp. It is just another mile to go and I'm so ready to get there. So let's go. Love you guys. See you later. So rolling here to the Ancient Way Cafe, which also has a campground over here. And I met Sharon, so she said, she came up, she said, I'm the owner, I don't have any food right now. I said, do you have any food in the morning? She said 9 o'clock. I was like, okay. I said, what about camping? And she said, just take an RV site. And she's only charging me $15, which is so cool, so amazing at the end of this day. I'm glad I did eat at the Stagecoach so that, you know, I'm full now. But as you can see, the wind I've been into as I've been coming this way a little bit. But yeah, I thought this was neat, you know, Ancient of Days, Ancient Way. I mean, you know, I can tie it all together, but I do think it's really neat that I ended up here instead of the El Morro National Monument Campground. So yeah, anyway, I'm going to go set up the tent, and I'm going to finish the video here so that you guys can have this video when I get started cutting, editing, and uploading. I've got 1 bar of service, so it's probably not going to come out tonight, but I'll do the best I can. If you know anyone who's passed away from addiction in any form or fashion, please drop their name in the comments or find me through the Papa link in the description, and I would love to ride for your person and celebrate their life with you for a day. That Papa link's got all the ways you can contact me, all the Redeeming Eden social, all the ways you can donate, Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, and the International Gospel Outreach nonprofit link. Thank you so much, Get Wrecked for Recovery crew, every one of you that is liking every video, commenting on every video, sharing every video, and those of you that are subscribed to the YouTube channel. I am so thankful. From the bottom of my heart, I'm thankful. You guys are doing the work that I can't do. All I can do is pedal and produce, and y'all are making Redeeming Eden a reality. I couldn't do it without you, and thank you. So yeah, from here at the Ancient Way Cafe and campground here at the El Morro National Monument, El Morro Campground and Cabins in state number 44, New Mexico. I love you guys. Jesus loves you. I'll see you later. Have a good night.